G'day, Mashy.
G'day, mate. Welcome back.
Thanks, mate. Thanks. It's good to be back from the Export Ultra Beer Garden tour to Austin, Texas.
Saw you briefly yesterday. You didn't look that flash, if I'm being honest. You've come in this morning, they're looking very sprightly.
Oh, yeah. 12 hours sleep.
Yeah.
That'll do
wow.
it. That'll do it to you. But yeah, no, it's good. I put my kids to bed last night. That was good. And
remember their names?
Yeah. I put my daughter to bed and just lying in there reading her story. And she looked at me and goes, Dad, you got a really brown neck on one side.
Oh, yes. Okay. Of course. And
I said, I just got a bit sunburned at the pool.
She would have been alluding to the fact that you woke up after night 2?
Yeah.
With a woman of the Export Beer Garden contingent's Bondi Sands.
Yes, I got
smothered on half of your body for whatever reason.
Let's just say, at the time, I looked like half a hate crime.
Okay.
But then, it settled in, and I was quite happy with it after that.
You know when people do those Halloween costumes where they dress up as half, Dolly Parton and half Kenny Rogers?
Yeah.
And then they'll sing Islands in the Stream and turn around. That's kind of, it looked like you were trying to run. I'm trying to think of a duet done by a black artist and a white artist, but we won't go there. But it seems that you've got majority of it off.
Yeah, it's settled down. It's out. It was good content.
It was good content.
Yep. And look, I never actually thanked Sarah that was quite a lot of money's worth of Bondi Sands that she smeared across me.
I suppose it was, So thank you to Sarah if she is listening. Yeah, it looked like a successful trip. You were happy?
So good.
Credit to you boys, by the way, for doing also podcasts each day. Thank you for that.
That's all right. I can't remember half of them, but that's all right.
They all sounded similar, as I was saying to you guys yesterday. You could have listened to them in any order and it would have worked.
Yeah.
In a good way.
No, but half the crew is still there. They've extended their holiday and gone somewhere else.
Why not?
But Chris and Nikita and Ben and Courtney, they came back with us yesterday on the flight yesterday, but I'm staying over. Lewis and Sarah have stayed over. They've gone to Houston, gone to the space center there for a little bit.
Oh, fucking A.
Tom and Haley, I think they've gone up to Memphis maybe. Okay. And then Nick and Sam, they've traveling around. Then they're going down to the Caribbean for a cruise for a week.
Oh, as you do.
But a group of great New Zealanders. Can't reiterate that. We had the best time.
Yeah.
But big thanks to Export Ultra as well. Obviously, we went to mini beer gardens.
Oh, yeah.
And we sampled mini beers.
I don't doubt it.
While over there, as well as going to Austin City Limits, which is one of the biggest music festivals in the US. And when they say everything's bigger in the US, holy shit, man. I've never seen anything like it. I suppose going in the entry felt a bit like the big day out, oh, yeah. And then you walk in there and you realise there's about 6 entries that same size.
Yeah.
And then you see the main stage and go, oh, that's pretty impressive. And then, on the other side, there's another main stage and you walk across and there's 2 more main stages, all the size of if you've been to Symphony in Auckland, that size, but there's 6 of them.
Yeah, that's
Then they'll have dance tents. I tell you what, no queues for any beers or toilets.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. So the golden rule of a festival or anything is you can never have too many bars or too many toilets. And in America, they follow that rule. Not once I queued for a beer.
Just thousands of portaloos.
120,000 people in there. You didn't line up for a piss or a beer.
Yeah, that's cooked.
And that really changes your experience of a festival.
I was privileged enough to do the Bricky Show this morning on Hodaki with Wells. I believe you're taking over from a 9 next week because he, like those other listeners, carried on in the States for another week or so. So you'll be in with him next week. But he was fairly focused on the fact that you became a swamp bitch.
Oh, yeah.
For one specific act. Explain that to me.
Yeah. Who was that? Docha.
Okay.
Docha, who I don't know a lot of Docha's work, but she sings that the
one
remix,
Instagram song.
Is it Coyote and Kimbra? Yeah, it's the anxiety song. Anxiety, and most people will know that song as the Kimbra Coyote song. But she's obviously remixed it, and I presumed that was who she's kind of a pop remix artist.
Yep.
She's not.
No, she's filth, mate.
Yeah, as soon as we arrived, she's like, "Where'd my swamp bitches at?"
Oh, right. And you were like,
I'm your swamp bitch. Holy shit. And she played a lot of ass shots, a lot of twerking, a lot of her getting on the stage and really getting down with her swamp bitches.
Took you back to that dress rehearsal of Fergie, was it?
Yeah, did actually. It was totally unexpected. But she put on a good show. And she was like, "Oh, I'm sweating so much, my wig's coming off." So she quickly had to run off stage because her wig was coming off.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was ACL. Who else was good at ACL? The Killers looked amazing.
Yeah.
Did you catch? Oh, I believe that you saw you.
I was front row.
You went to John Summit.
John Summit, who, in my head, I was like, okay, I had John Summit. John's like a kind of a.
He's a modern DJ.
Yes,
music plays on George for those that aren't across it.
I don't really realize that, and I got dragged front row. By Tom and Haley and Chris and Nikita. They were like,
nice.
I said, look, I don't want to go see the Killers. I've seen them there. T-Pain apparently was quite good, but to get front row at John Summit, you had to go front row and wait for 2 hours.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, look, this is going to be experience. Don't worry about T-Pain. I can pass on the Killers, seen them before. So 2 hour wait at the front of John Summit. Getting to the front was even a struggle because we had to wait for the Spanish artist to finish. Spanish, maybe Mexican. Definitely spoke Spanish. And sung in Spanish. But anyway, 2 hour wait, John Summit, and then he started. And like I described, I was like, my chest was rattling so much. I thought I had pleurisy. And when the pyrotechnics went off, my eyebrows. Obviously, a man of age has quite big eyebrows. I felt like they were missing by the end of it. But I had to lean into it. I was going nowhere and I couldn't go anywhere.
No, that's fucking sick. Those are often the best memories at festivals like that.
Yeah.
The types of acts that you seek out for months beforehand go exactly how you imagine them going. And then those types of gigs are quite good. And then did John Summit pay for what? 2 hours or something?
Oh my God, a long time. I was an hour and a half in and I had to steel myself. I had to go, okay, I can do this. Yeah. I can do this.
Because that's enough time to come up and come down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A couple of times even at times.
Yeah, so here we go. Did John Summit.
That wasn't off the back of Terry Black's meat, was it?
It was.
Yeah.
A lot of meat.
So you had the meat sweats already.
Yeah, there's a lot of meat in my
You were
tummy.
unable to ablute, backed up to fuck.
Oh, yeah. Shit. You can't get out. You can't go, I'm just going to pop to the loo.
Yeah.
None of that.
No, none of that. In terms of sport, considering this is a sport-adjacent podcast, I mean, it's never been less sport-adjacent, I suppose, isn't it? Recently.
So much football coverage over there.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you see a bit of college footy?
We watched the Texas State University.
The Longhorns.
The Longhorns play.
Longhorns versus Oklahoma.
Yeah, they're big rivalry, eh?
The Red River rivalry.
The Red River rivalry.
Is the Longhorns big, like where Glenn Powell hangs out and Matthew McConaughey and shit? Is Matty McConaughey like very
It's the orange team with the white logo.
Yeah, I think it is.
With the big horns.
Do they do that thing?
And it says hook 'em. Yeah, hook 'em.
Oh, yeah.
Hook 'em.
Oh, is that what you were doing when you were having that shot at that bar?
Hook 'em. Anyway, the pre-show coverage started 2 or 3 hours before kickoff, and it's just
holy fuck
dudes talking football and not stopping. And then the game starts, and every time there's a kickoff, pyrotechnics went off. There's about 100,000 people in the stadium in Dallas. There's a marching band, like type brass band. I reckon there would have been 1,000 people in it, playing the whole time. Anyway, this game seemed to take longer than the Super Bowl. It did. It took so long. So 3 hour build up, I reckon a 3 hour game, 6 hours into it. And then afterwards they talk for another 3 hours.
Did you go to this bar with the intentions of watching this game, or was this just an accident?
They had it on at the festival.
Oh, okay.
So there was a whole tent. There was basically a sports bar at a music festival.
Okay.
Anyway, and then I thought, maybe that's just a special occasion, that game. Got up the next morning, turned the TV on, football. It was NFL, whatever it was on Sunday. All day. Pat McAfee just fucking talking. God, does he ever shut up?
No, Pat McAfee goes hard, eh?
Fucking hell.
And that's the thing with those live radio shows that they do over there. There's about 4 hours of content they get out of those guys a day, so they can just have it on high rotate across all channels.
It doesn't stop, man. And I was like, it's like going to India and you turn the TV on in India, there's like 4 cricket channels. It's like that in America with NFL and college football.
Yeah.
I didn't see any basketball. Little bit of baseball was on there.
Okay.
Late at night.
I suppose southern states, they love their fucking
oh my God, it's next level.
All right, no doubt we'll come back to a bit of Texas chat as the weeks go on, but let's get this show on the road for today, live from the Export Beer Garden studio. This is the agenda for Friday, the 17th of October.
The Agenda Podcast, the home of sporting nonsense and claptrap. Brought to you by Export Ultra.
All right, okay, on today's show, Canterbury sports fans face a tough decision after Sky TV declined to move their NPC Semi-Final fixture to avoid the Black Caps game tomorrow night, which is also, of course, taking place in Christchurch. A fan describing the situation as pretty ridiculous.
In my books, they were never going to move it. Why would they move it when they've got a rival broadcaster? If Sky were covering the cricket, sure.
Oh, I didn't even think about the fact that
They're
it was
never
a rival
going to move it.
broadcaster.
Go,
Right, okay, because I was sitting here getting salty about this.
Of course, we'll gift you our audience. They're not going to do that. They're going to try and get as much audience off TVNZ to watch the rugby as they can.
Or do you think they might have been slightly owning the narrative then by saying that ultimately Sky wants to make key matches like the semi-final as successful as possible from a viewership perspective? Our data, all right, mate, shows that viewers prefer an evening kickoff time over an afternoon kickoff time. But what they actually mean is we just don't give a fuck about what TVNZ are up to.
What they've also failed to say is their advertising is worth a lot more at 7 p.m. than it is in the afternoon.
I was going to say, because I feel like an afternoon kickoff is actually more is preferred by a majority of rugby fans, or am I making that up?
Yeah, that's what they're saying here is we make more money.
Yeah, okay.
And they can't say that. The PR person can't say that from Sky.
No, you can't.
You can't.
But here's a fan's perspective. If you're in Christchurch,
What the fuck?
why wouldn't you have the rugby in the afternoon and then you go to the cricket in the evening?
Yeah.
That's
that
true.
would make more sense.
Yes, because if you were...
As a fan experience to a live game,
Yeah.
but no TV just fucks everything all over again.
If you were encouraging the people to go to sport and watch
By the way,
it live...
Joe's a bit grumpy because he's had to reset the computer a couple of times.
Yeah,
sorry,
he's
that's
coming
good.
off. He's coming off the.
No, that's good. We needed
He's
Coming
coming
off
off
the
the
long
back fence.
We needed a bit of that, because you're right. If I was still living in Christchurch, I would have identified this day probably 2-3 months ago as, okay, babe, you might not see me till Monday.
Yeah. Especially it's a T20. It's too short form. Rugby then T20.
I'm going to go to the rugby, and then the fellas and I are jumping in an Uber, maybe walking it, let's be honest,
Hey.
all the way over to Hagley.
Or if they did a buy one, go to both.
Imagine that.
Imagine if two associations worked together.
If we came up with something that would value watching sport, that would add value to watching sport live as opposed to at home.
I know that they'll be like, oh, they didn't know that the semi was going to be in Christchurch. Doesn't really. I think you can pivot pretty quick and say,
Oh, that's a good point, actually.
I've got a personal story about this. So the Blue Jays are in the playoffs at the moment.
Yep.
The Major League Baseball playoffs.
they're your team, eh?
They are my team. The Toronto Maple Leafs
Are they?
started. The NHL season started. The Maple Leafs had scheduled a game for 4 p.m. on a Sunday on Canada Thanksgiving Day. Blue Jays made the playoffs, and then that game got scheduled by the MLB at 5 p.m. that day. So instead of going head-to-head, the Maple Leafs, biggest sports team in Canada, went, okay, we'll shift our game to 2 p.m. so people can go to that, and then they can go to the Blue Jays afterwards.
Yeah, well, there you go. That actually does piss me off now.
Fuck
hearing that
New Zealand.
And Windows XP.
You need a hug.
Yeah, look at him
Do you
go
need
over
a
there.
hug?
No, that's
Yeah.
good. We needed a bit of fire and venom. This squad here, did you guys discuss this at all last week? So I've been
no, we
away from
didn't.
sport for the last 3 weeks.
No, we didn't
because
because
up.
we were in a different dimension. Doesn't surprise me. Mitchell Sattner's is back. Is about the only surprise there for me. That's it, isn't it?
That's about it.
Mitchell Sattner's is back. But you've still got Tim Robinson in there.
A couple of new hairdos. BJ running the buzz. Niche, of course, has managed to slip his way back in there.
Ravishing Rick Ravindra's back from smashing his face open on a hoarding.
Yeah, we spoke to him this morning on the Bricky Show. Fuck, he's a good man.
Yeah.
Old Ration. He is back. And I didn't realise that it wasn't actually, like it was, I think the part that actually hit him or got him was the picket fence part of...
Okay.
So it was quite ugly. Like I was away.
That's a long way away from where he should have been.
Yeah, he was backtracking. They were practicing boundary catches, and he was backtracking, and he went over the hoarding, and then just behind it. Yeah, apparently it was a bit of a disaster, and he was like, it was just a worst case scenario situation, and it couldn't have really gone any worse. But I was picturing like the Toblerone for some reason.
No, maybe he fell on. Maybe that, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but I'm sure there's
he's
a
back.
few sharp edges, but he's back.
He's back, and that first game is Saturday night, 7 p.m. And you can look if you're at the rugby, you can just stick on iHeartradio and listen to our coverage live and free in your ears.
Myself?
Lee Hart and Jeremy Wells.
Well, you say Lee Hart, but you have just missed a call from him.
I have,
and we were wondering if that's because he can't make it tomorrow night or because he wants to get on the piss today.
Yeah, that could be.
Either one of those. I'd actually probably lean towards the latter. And since we do give a shit about the fan experience and watching sport live, we've got a couple of free tickets that you can grab yourself if you do want to go to one of those England games in Christchurch. Just text England to 3236 and you can enter now and hopefully we can hook you up.
And so we've got tickets for Saturday and Monday.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
Wow, we.
Okay, so let us know. England to 3236.
news of the day, I suppose, is that the All Blacks confirm an 8-game tour of South Africa in 2026.
Is that the worst kept secret? Because I felt like I knew that. I've known that for weeks. Or was I privy to information?
Yeah, no, I think we might have been, because I said the same thing to Wells this morning.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, this is the first time we're speaking about it here.
No, I think that's the first time I've talked. I don't know. But I felt like everyone knew this, but I suppose this is the official 8-game tour, which is awesome. But obviously there's no rugby championship next year. They've binned it. Obviously in favour of tours like this, which I quite like. A good old 8-week they got like midweek games. They got test matches.
Yep.
It's good shit. It's what it used to be, and they can go deep. They can get in trouble while they're over there.
Well, I was going to say the go deep part's interesting, because the series that we just had here. Well, no, just having South Africa here for the Rugby Championship, those 2 back-to-back games. It's amazing how it gets so much more, I don't know, exciting. But the dynamic off field as well when you have a series that develops like this. Like the difference between the media and all that, and the coaches going kind of having slide digs back and forth after 2 games compared to the first game, let alone a 6-game series.
Oh yeah, they're playing 4 tests.
4 tests.
4 tests, and they'll also play 4 matches against like the nation's franchise teams, which we never play because they play in the Northern Hemisphere now, so they're not in Super Rugby anymore, obviously.
Yep.
So I've got no idea who they are.
The Bulls? They're still around?
The Blue Bulls? Yeah, the Blue Bulls are still. I have no idea, but it's going to be good, old school, full tour. Those especially those kind of midweek games where they play those club teams.
Also just great for father and son dynamics across New Zealand. Getting up in the morning.
Yeah.
Fucking turning on the telly.
Watching some hardcore, high-velt
rugby at 4-5 a.m. in the morning.
I mean, look.
Good honest shit.
It's going to be terrible for South Africans in New Zealand, and there's going to be 8 weeks of them just getting angry.
Yeah.
And hyped up.
That's right. And then having to go through the rest of Sunday in a real shitty mood. So I also understand that, or the headline that we were reading this morning on the Bricky Show was that one of those tests might be not in South Africa.
Yeah, it said 3 there and then 1 in a neutral venue.
Which I suppose is the money grab element of the tour.
Yeah, I mean, where would you play that game for the biggest money grab? I guess in the US?
Where there isn't rugby, I'd assume, so you won't go to like an Italy or anything like that, because they're going to, they'll play rugby.
What's that? Twickers?
Could be Twickers.
End of the tour at Twickers?
That's not a bad
Between
option.
South Africa and New Zealand.
Yeah, they make a lot of money.
Yeah,
every All Black game, from a source that we know that used to work at Twickenham, they would clear something like 20 or 30 million pounds in profit every time the All Blacks would play at Twickenham.
Is it because all my mates that have moved over there are going to go?
Nah, it's the hospo. People pay a premium to go and watch the All Blacks play. All Blacks England, I guess, but we don't have happy memories of Twickers, do we? Didn't we play South Africa there and get pumped pre-World Cup?
Oh, that's right.
That time?
Yeah, that was an absolute ass kicking.
Yeah,
we got pumped.
But then we trumped that by getting our ass kicked even more at home in Wellington.
So I agree with you on the fact that the Rugby Championship disappearing for tours like this is not maybe the worst thing in the world.
Nah,
especially if we're playing good rugby against good sides like this.
And they'll love it over there. Rugby's like their obsession in South Africa. So this will bring, the country will be absolutely fizzing at the bunghole for 8 weeks or whatever it is. 6 weeks, 8 games.
How about this? Rugby Championship every 2 years?
Yeah.
Alternating with the World Cup?
Yep.
On the 3rd year, you have a South African tour?
Yeah.
On the other year, you have the Lions either come to New Zealand, Australia or South Africa. And in those alternating years that the Lions don't come here, we do like a Australia Blenders Load 3-test series.
I'm an advocate for any kind of...
That's such a good idea that it'll never happen.
That'll never happen.
So shut up,
I'm such a big advocate.
You sit in the corner. Sit in the corner and shut up, Joe. Okay, coming out with these good ideas.
But any kind of sporting routine that people can get used to is so fucking on. Like just knowing that, as an Aussie, that there's going to be a great test on Boxing Day, because there always is. Yeah. Like we need as much of that as possible. We need to know what might be happening in 3 years from now. Oh, fuck. Yeah. We've done it now, fellas. In 3 years, let's get $20 away into this account and let's save up for this so we can all go away on this together. Oh, this is happening, and whatever.
We don't have a lot of traditions in New Zealand.
No.
At all, in terms of sporting dates.
Who do we send that to? Who do we clip
that bit? Clip it up and send it to space, and no one will ever just send it to no one.
Can we put that on socials, and hopefully some people can do some the viewers can do some legwork for us, and people in high places can see it.
I think we did turn it into an infographic. We need to make it look.
It's a graphic.
It's a graphic.
Explains
this
everything.
is what we should do.
Okay.
Because that's all. You just got to think of the lowest common denominator.
You got to spoon feed it for the slowest carriage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's take a break and we'll come back and chat a bit of Ashes. All right, mate. The Ashes is still a wee way away, but the pre-Ashes...
Is it though? It's only
6 weeks? 5 weeks?
Yeah, it's pretty close.
It is. It's close for
Yeah,
it is close. Sorry, I was just more thinking about the fact that we've got our own series against England going on.
Yeah.
Before that, but it's heating up because, of course, now in Aussie especially, you've got all the players now with podcasts.
Yep.
Former friend of the show, still friend of the show, the notorious Pantsman Joel Harrison is a producer on the Brad Haddon one, which I believe is Willow Talk.
Yes.
If you don't get it, Pillow Talk. But now everyone's got a podcast like that, and everyone is going on podcasts like that. That's another white
guy with a podcast.
Yes, that's right, Tune. And I just wanted to talk about a couple of things that have been said already and what your take is on it. But everyone's just like, there's definitely a few.
It's good.
It is good, isn't it? And you know when you're heading into summer and the New Zealand Herald starts posting like one of the 3 articles that they post, either weather, shark attacks, or
road toll.
Yeah, or road toll and traffic. It feels a little bit like that. So we've got Brody coming out first and foremost, who's involved in the broadcast team this year.
Yes. We did the worst ever piece to camera pushing it. But anyway.
The original piece to camera was a disaster. You wouldn't be outlandish in thinking he said it's actually not an opinion, it's a fact, which is a great way to start an opinion piece. It's probably the worst Australian team since 2010 when England last won, and it's the best English team since 2010, said Stuart Broad.
I don't disagree with him.
Is that... He thinks it's England's best team?
Since 2010.
Fuck, what about that team that played in England with Joffre, that like 2019-ish team?
But it's like he's backhanding the Australians as well as backhanding the English team from the last 20 years.
Yeah. The teams that he's been involved in.
The Stokes team that won that game at Headingley. You're talking about,
yeah. That was pretty decent, but
they still lost the Ashes,
injury ridden, and they lost the Ashes, which doesn't help. And then Davey Dum Dum is saying some great shit as well. He knows what he's doing.
He's a walking headline,
but he's got that and this is why we have to be careful, is because we have to give him credit where it's due. I think in the sense that he knows the narrative of him. And he knows the way that people look at him, and he knows that he knows exactly what he's doing now.
The only problem with this comment, which I saw, is how he finished it, which you haven't got on here.
Okay, what does he say?
His quote is, "We're playing for the Ashes. They're playing for a moral victory," and that's he was talking about Bazball.
Yes.
So he's saying we're playing for the Ashes. Those guys are playing for some sort of belief that they're changing the game.
Yeah.
And he finished it with, "There you go, boys. There's your headline."
Oh.
There's your headline, you got it. There's your headline.
Right,
He just had to say it and just not say anything afterwards.
So
but he's such a thick
we
piece
went
of work.
A little bit deeper on this quote on the BYC yesterday. Go listen if you want to hear some great nerdery between Paul Ford and Dylan Cleaver. But apparently that's off also the back of the last Ashes series where there was that draw that was played or something like that. And
there was also, I guess, the run out of the ginger guy at Lord's, remember?
Fatty Keeper.
Oh, Bairstow.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. And there was a whole lot of moral victory chat being thrown around there.
Yeah, around the spirit of cricket and stuff.
And it's haunted the Aussies to this day, and they're still
I don't think he's that clever, Davey Dum Dum.
No, I don't think so either.
To have different layers of what this meant, I think he's just saying that they're playing under a belief that they're saving the game and that they're good for the game, whereas the Aussies will win no matter what. They'll fucking sandpaper balls.
Yeah.
They will run cunts out when they walk out of their crease thinking they will do anything to win the Ashes.
Come dogs out.
For all of it?
No, don't think so.
It's a big piece of the puzzle for them.
Well, but it also reeks a little bit of like we're not quite prepared to tell Australia that he is going to be out for all of it, so we're just going to take it one step at a time. So they've just announced that he's going to miss the first one at least.
He's a huge part of that team and bringing that team together. So that's going to be, if he's unavailable for the entire series, I reckon it's game on.
Yeah, I agree. Apparently we've got a story here, speaking of Warney and running his mouth, he's got a story here, a great story about KP.
Warney? Were we talking about Warney? We're talking about David Dum Dum, weren't we?
Oh, Shane Warne.
Yeah, this is a Warney story.
Sorry, I've got my Warneys muddled up here.
No. This is a story just to go back in terms of Ashes and great rivalries. Obviously, when Warney was playing, KP was playing, and Kevin Pearson, he had that skunk haircut. Remember when when they won the Ashes back then, and they were pissing in Tony Blair's fucking flower pot, 10 Downing Street and stuff.
And he had that little blonde spot.
Yeah, the skunk.
Yeah, it was horrendous, that lid.
But Warney's got a great story about him here. Listen.
What is Kevin Peterson really like?
I'll tell you what, I'll give you a quick summary of it as quick as I can. In 2005, I was his captain at Hampshire, and he said to me, pulled me aside and said, can I have a quick chat to you about the Ashes and what it's all about? And I said, sure, why don't we go and play some golf and I'll tell you about it. So it's all square after 9, we go down the 10th, we both hit up the left-hand side, get to a ball, stake tree. I said, KP, can I get a drop? He said, can't get a drop. I said, mate, you idiot, it's a stake tree, I get a free drop. And he said, you can't get a drop. So I sort of spread my legs, tried to do it left out. I said, KP, can't hit the ball, I've got to get a drop. And he said, well, you're not allowed to get one. I said, you sure that I can't get a drop? He said, positive. I said, good, because that's your ball.
That is very good.
You know, David Warner's definitely not capable of telling a yarn in such fashion.
No, it isn't. But I think that the whole Ashes smack talk is going to get more and more. It's particularly when they got boneheads like Davey Dum Dum, like fronting press conferences.
It's going to get spoiled. So why? So why do we have the other Warnie?
Why? It's just Ashes chat.
Yeah, I suppose.
I miss Warnie though, because during Ashes series, he was the best shit stirrer of them all.
Yeah, he was fucking unreal.
Yeah, he was great. Like he would just lay into them. Yeah, it would be good. But anyway,
and annoyingly for us that have to watch the broadcast and hear him through the stump mic while fielding it silly mid on, it looks like Labuschagne's going to be working his way back into that team because he cannot stop scoring runs either.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Labuschagne.
It's like 300s in the last month or something in the Shield cricket over there. So that's where we're at for the Ashes. And
more to come on that, though.
Yeah, we'll keep abreast of all those pre-Ashes sledges that are going to get thrown around.
Can you take me to the football desk?
Oh, mate, people love it when we go to the football desk.
Go on, give it to me.
The A-League, it's kicking off this weekend.
This weekend?
What's
the date? October?
Yeah, October the what, 18th? Tomorrow?
I keep forgetting that football is a summer comp.
Yeah, well, the A-League is.
Yeah. Because for me, it's like...
Phoenix are taking on the Perth Glory tomorrow night, 11:45.
We'll not be watching that.
No.
Not because it's the Phoenix, but just 11:45.
No, I don't think Phoenix fans will be watching that either.
11:45.
Jeez, it started early, sorry. I'll be gentle this year. And then Auckland FC are playing at 9:35.
You'd take that, though, the first game of the season in Perth, as opposed to a mid-season going to Perth.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's like, that is a long trip.
Have they been over there with the FIFO workers for the last couple of weeks? On the jet skis, in and out of Bali.
Yeah, go get Blotto and Rotto, kick some quackers. Hope so.
Yeah, I fucking hope so too. But, I mean, they might struggle if that is the case.
And the All Whites have gone all right?
The All Whites are going all right. Yeah, I was just reading on this. I kind of missed... I missed this game against Norway in Oslo. You'll be surprised to hear.
But Norway, don't put it past them. They're
decent side.
A World Cup qualifying team. They've played in World Cups.
Yeah, we drew with them. We took the lead in the first half, and then
was that the nut shot?
I don't know.
Did you see that? That's the only highlight I saw when they scored the goal and slid legs akimbo.
Oh yeah,
straight into the pole.
Yeah, that was that game.
It was great commitment.
Yeah, no, that's commitment to the cause for sure. And then I believe Chris Wood missed a couple of chances. Not that we'll go on about it. And that was that, and they equalised in the 88th minute. But look, mate, we're playing some good footy. And
hey, we're going to the World Cup next year.
And fuck,
we are going to the World Cup.
Anything can happen in knockout sport. And I hate to bandy on about shitty cliches that are used far too much in an industry such as ours, but if we can go in there with a bit of confidence, anything could fucking happen.
Also, a big opportunity for New Zealand players, because if you're a professional football player, a New Zealand professional player playing the A-League or maybe over in Europe, your goal in life is to play a World Cup.
Yeah,
we've qualified, so I think it's going to bring out the best in all of these players who are playing professionally all over the world. That I want to go to this World Cup.
We talk a lot about player development in this country around rugby and how it sometimes struggles, sometimes how it's so great, but soccer football has got a genuine problem. You cannot, it's so hard to find a road to go down to play professional football in New Zealand. You can't. There used to just be the Phoenix. That's why they love to talk about it a lot at Auckland FC. They think they're the next best thing at giving people an opportunity to play. But this is the real deal. Like if you can represent your country
at a World Cup,
this is how players will be able to have once in a lifetime opportunities to go and play for international clubs and be recognised on a world stage. It's huge.
It is huge, and you hang out with the best players in the world. Like
fucking A.
Literally, the best
Yeah.
in the world at a FIFA tournament. So that's got quite a big opportunity. Hey, my hunch this weekend, TAB hunch, the agenda one, I've Salt Bayed all the sports that I'll be interested in this weekend.
Now we're talking.
So I've got NPC Semi-Finals, which we haven't even talked about hardly. Bay of Plenty are playing Otago down in Dunedin. So the 4 semi-finalists I think are deserve to be there, and that's Otago, Bay of Plenty, Canterbury and Hawke's Bay. Yeah. They're clearly the top 4 teams all season. So Bay of Plenty are playing down in Dunedin. I think
that'll be the game, right?
Yeah, that's tonight. I think Bay of Plenty are going to take that one. So I've put head-to-head $1.90 on them. They're not favourites. Otago are purely because it's the home game. Mm-hmm. So I've gone Bay of Plenty. Then Canterbury, Hawke's Bay. I've gone for Canterbury. I think they'll be too much for Hawke's Bay playing down there in Christchurch. In the cricket, I have gone England over 6.5 runs in their first over because they'll come out.
Yeah, all guns blazing.
All guns blazing, no matter what.
There'll be an edge over top of third slip.
So this is all a multi, by the way. So I've gone Bay of Plenty, Canterbury, over 6.5 in England's first over. And then I've gone for the rugby league, which we haven't talked about either, when that's New Zealand Samoa, which I didn't realise Roger Tuivasa-Sheck is playing for Samoa. Along with Brian To'o. There's heaps of there's basically 2 NRL teams playing each other.
Yeah, the Samoans are pretty fucking good.
Yeah. So anyway, I've gone for New Zealand to be in the lead after 20 minutes at 2:40 in that one. And then I've rounded it out with Formula One, which is the USA Grand Prix, which is in Austin. Yeah. We saw the teams arriving as we were leaving, and I've gone head-to-head in the Racing Bulls, Lawson over Hadjar at $2.10. That all comes in at $22.38. So I've chucked a $100 bonus bet on that, which will return us just a click over $2,000.
At that Grand Prix, did they do anything like the NASCAR where they get the big guy out to do a bit of a prayer before everyone?
Yeah, shit, yeah.
Yeah, they do that? Boogity?
Not sure they do the prayer, but they do the Star Spangled Banner and and the flyover of like half of the US military.
You just have to wipe the ejaculate off the...
Oh, it's so good in America. They love that shit.
Off the lenses, they hit that final note. We went to a midweek game of hockey when we were in LA, didn't we? And it was pretty quiet, I think, considering. Yeah. And even then, they cranked the national anthem. They dropped the flag. They got this massive fan out on the flag, so it was waving beautifully. And again, there's a moment that happens. There's something that happens to Americans whenever that last fucking part of the anthem.
Well, the thing is, well, you got to remember they pledge the oath of allegiance every morning at school. You know, they stand up, they look at the flag in the room. Every room has a flag in it from primary school all the way through to secondary school, and they pledge the oath of allegiance.
That's why we should have gone with the laser Kiwi flag, and that's why we should be doing something similar. Imagine
we basically look at the laser Kiwi, everyone's out, and we sing. We know we don't have to sing it. We just have to speak the words and lyrics to bliss. Forget about the last one. Get yourself another.
Another fucking another. You got 7 years.
That would bring a country together.
Well, let's take a break and come back with a couple of yours pleasers. Oh, I'm looking forward to these.
Yours please. Brought to you by Export Ultra.
Were you able to get to any yours pleasers over in the States? I assume not, because you wouldn't have had the technology available to you.
Backed up.
So we will have a few, no doubt, that we will have to roll out across the coming weeks as well. Hopefully a couple of questions about Texas. But if you do want to leave us a question for this segment in the show, then just follow along on the iHeartradio app. Just click that microphone button and you can record a 30-second voice memo and send it in, and we'll get to it eventually, I can assure you of that. But the first one for today, yours please.
Yeah, g'day fellas. Yeah, G Lane, Manaia. Great work over there in Texas, putting Kiwis on the map. Anyway, get Airbnb or something like that. Come down to Waikato. Get your mana replenished. Anyway, Manaia, fuck South Canterbury and up the Swamp Foxes. How fucking good. Anyway, love yous, fuck yous.
Did the Swampies beat South Canterbury?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I accidentally logged into the ACC Instagram while you guys were gone briefly to chuck something up, and I I saw that our inbox had a few people reminding us of that.
Oh, the Swampies. I love the Swamp Foxes, based out there in Thames.
Not to be confused with the Swamp Bitches that we spoke about.
But they should rename themselves the Swamp Bitches and get Doja to come over and be their mascot.
Somebody's watching me. What else did he touch on then? Some kind of...
retreat down and get a mana replenished. That's not a bad idea. My mana is very depleted at the moment.
I don't know if a weekend in the Waikato is going to be the rehabilitation for you.
What do you know?
Think it is.
What do you know?
I feel like it might encourage similar types of
You don't know what mana is. You don't know how to replenish mana. So don't question it.
Well, hang on. If you can guarantee me that you're going to come back in a better state,
you're a Cantab. Well, what's saying the mana doesn't? You can't dictate what increases people's mana if they need replenishing. Okay.
Crusaders mana.
No, you shut the fuck up.
Next one. Yours, please.
G'day team, Andrew from Napes here.
Andy,
you'll get back to NZ safe and sound. I was just wondering if G Lane's fake tan holds, is there any chance he's going to strap on a fake beard and step in for Mania next time there's a weigh-in for the big brown slim down?
The problem was I was half a hate crime, so it's pretty hard to...
Well, it is better than a whole one.
Let's just say, at the time, I looked like Gary from Team America when he went deep undercover.
Yeah,
that's what I look like.
Okay, and then how long did you have to walk around with that on?
Did
it start to fade?
I went back to my
days?
hotel room, saw the sheets with all of the stuff, and then I woke up, did the podcast. These guys came in, laughed their ass off, called me a hate crime, and then I had a shower, and it mainly washed off, to be honest.
Okay, well that's good because the southern states of America, it feels like from over here in New Zealand, it's a fairly political hotbed.
Yeah,
and going out and in an inappropriate amount of
half
fake tan.
A hate crime. No, most of it came off actually, and we spent so much time in the sun up on the rooftop pool that it evened out a little bit.
Yeah, you started to get the other half. You had to put the half with tan on under the umbrella.
Yeah,
hang the other half out at the side.
That's right.
Did you? I understand that you stumbled across Andy from Napes when you were down. The Mount?
Yes.
Jeez, a lot's happened since we've spoke last.
Yeah, you don't even know.
How did that go?
It was good. It was great. A good turnout beforehand at Latitude Bar.
Yeah.
Drunk them out of Export Ultra.
Suck on
4
that.
kegs. 4 kegs apparently we drunk in 2 hours.
Oh, that's light work for the ACC listenership.
Yeah. So ploughed through that. Everyone went to the game, came back, ploughed in, watched a bit of rugby, bit of confusion around the live sport and the band, but that was fine. We walked through that.
There often is at those types of establishments.
Yeah, no one told half the crowd that the cricket was on.
Yeah.
The other crowd wanted to watch cricket. Then no one told anyone that the band was going to play over the top of all of it.
Yeah, probably a couple of birthday dinners going on over in the corner as well.
Yeah, a couple of retirees coming in there using their gold card. Yeah, it was... It was a lot going on, and then us in the corner broadcasting. People who the fuck are those guys?
Well, while we are speaking about live events as well, maybe we should mention we are only a couple of weeks out now. Yes, 3 weeks out
from the first ever live potty of the Agenda BYC mashup. Tickets still available. There's still a few left there. Down at Shed 22 or Harbourside Event Centre, same thing. And the Hairy Jav's coming with us. A few other special guests. Matt Heath's coming along. Dylan Cleaver, Paul Ford. So if you are in the Wellington region, night before the first ODI, so it's on Halloween, so 31st of October, Friday. A Friday. Come on, come after work, grab your mates. Don't have to go home and do punishing Halloween trick-or-treating if you're a parent.
Yeah, look at it as a celebration of cricket, I think. That's the best way to look at it. Look at it as the weekend of the year that you can take, and you can ask your partner about it, whatever, I don't care, but you've got a couple of weeks left to organise it, and you can take the Saturday night, come and hang out with us. Some high wattage people are going to be there, like you said, Harry Jav, yourself, Paul Stewart Ford, and then go to the cricket the next day.
Yeah, and well informed. $25 gets you entry, but also gets you a couple of free drinks, steady the ship hat, some snacky treats.
I assure you, we're giving you far more than $25 worth of value just in merchandise alone.
Absolutely,
can't guarantee the podcast product is worth the $25, but everything else.
Oh, absolutely. That's why we're doing it. In terms of getting your value back, we don't rely on the actual podcast.
But, in fact, you might be making money.
Yeah, you probably will be.
If you buy a ticket, you might make money.
Also, big thanks to the legends at Angel Bay as well. I still believe we've got a flyaway to give away for those guys. If you want to win a trip, flights from anywhere to come to the podcast. What do you text, Joe? Is it
text Welly, WELLY
to 3236. Yeah, and fill out get in the draw. If you want details on tickets, then just text ACC to 3236. You'll go straight to a link to our shop. Make sure you get in there, grab them, bring along your mates. It's gonna be a fucking great night.
Yeah, and don't stress about the fact that maybe they don't know who we are. Like if they just enjoy a little bit of cricket and they enjoy getting on the piss, then that is totally enough.
Yeah,
so come on
absolutely.
down and get stuck in. Next one, yours please.
What the fuck are you cunts on about? A bread knife would fuck you up way more than a fork.
I can't remember when we talk about that.
That was like if it was you're attacked by a fork or a knife or a spoon, could you pull your gun out on them?
Oh, that's right.
And then you said, nah, bread knife is more dangerous than a fork.
Yeah, and it was Mania and Jerry saying, no, forks are more dangerous. No, anyway, that was the kind of chat that's the kind of that's the kind of high quality chat you'll get down in Wellington on October 31st.
Gutted, I missed that one. So you went with the bread knife though?
Yeah, well, I think if you see something that's shaped like a knife, then you can bring your gun out and blow the head off. This is in America.
Yeah.
But if someone pulls a fork out, I'd be like,
yeah, you'd take you wouldn't get as defensive.
No, you wouldn't.
Someone coming at you with a fork.
Wouldn't get your Desert Eagle out and blow their head off,
That's
which
right.
is what our bus driver would have done because he had one under his seat. It is lunch in one bag and there's handgun in the other.
Fucking A. Fucking God bless America, baby. Next one, yours please.
Lads, just chiming in on the in versus on situation. If you are in a vehicle that you can stand up in, i.e. plane, boat,
train,
bus, and like walking, you're on it. If you can't, so helicopter, in a kayak, in a car, it's in.
I see. Yep. Hey, thanks for clarifying that because this is a discussion. Are you on a plane or in a plane? Are you on a boat or are you in a boat? Are you in a chopper or are you on a chopper?
I think I agree with what he was saying until the kayak. I feel like I'm on a kayak, not in a kayak.
Yep. I like his theory. If you can stand up, then you're on it.
Yeah.
Because I agree, it's the same as what's the difference between a ship and a boat.
This is quite interesting, actually.
The difference between a ship and a boat is in a ship, when you turn, the boat leans the other way, opposite way.
Is that right?
Yeah. Because
fuck me.
Say if you're turning a ship one way, it leans over to the left as it turns right. That's a ship. See, with a boat, if you turn right, the boat angles in right.
My God.
See, there you go. It's the difference between a ship and a boat and difference between on and on.
That is interesting.
More stuff that, and you would learn on 31st of October down there at Shed 22.
For your thoughts on that, feel free
we got any more?
Drop them to us. Yeah, 2 more apparently. Yours, please.
Been catching up with the Gender podcast from Texas. I just wanted to say thank you so much, like vicariously, just the fun in your voices, the random yarns, the honesty and the stories, and I don't know, just made me feel good, like Kiwis having a good time, and I wish I was there, but I wasn't, and I don't know, proud of you boys. Love yous, fuck yous. Have a good one, boys.
Oh, isn't that nice?
That is a lovely message.
That is a lovely message because at the time I didn't feel like I was contributing anything to society during 2 or 3 of those podcasts.
We got a text this morning on Bricky and it was someone saying thanks to you fellas as well in a similar way for they felt like they went to Texas, they went to ACL, but without having to spend any money, without having to wake up with all those hangovers, to wake up with all those demons or any kind of the ramifications from it. I think there's a few people that live vicariously through you guys over the last few days. Not to mention as well, when I saw you yesterday, you guys have had a hell of a couple of weeks. Like we talk a lot about players complaining about load management, especially in football over in Europe and stuff. But the load management going on here at the ACC has been impressive to say the least. And I don't know if it's a lack of management or incredible management, but you guys have just been on the piss for the last fucking 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know. I can't. You know, everyone go, "I've been on the piss for the last 2 weeks." Oh, it started. It did start at Lee Hart's house during that cancelled T20 match on the Friday night.
Yeah,
and didn't end till about 24 hours ago.
I remember sitting poolside in Vietnam, and I saw an Instagram story of, I think this might be when it started, of Mania. Was it an Instagram story of him thinking that the Uber driver's ID that you were in looked a lot like him? And then he panned to the right and it was Joe Jury, who looked relatively glazed over. And then to the left it was you, who was on the way up, because I know the look that you've got on the way up. And I believe Lee Hart was in the front seat chatting to the Uber driver. And I did think to myself, this might be the beginning of something. And then it turns out that plane stayed in the air till 24 hours ago.
It was the beginning of the end.
Yeah. You Joe, sound actually worse today than you did yesterday.
Yeah, I'm not in the good state.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
okay.
get it over the go.
One more.
One more.
I finally know what it's like to be cucked. Not really, but the feeling. Watching you guys go to Terry Blacks, watching Mashi over in bloody what country in Southern Asia that was, Vietnam, Thailand, one of them. You guys go to Terry Blacks, you guys going to watch T-Pain, Knee Pain. God damn. I'm sitting there, just hand on my cock, solid in the corner in the Gary chair, just thump. Yeah, it was good, but could have been better. Bastards. Hopefully you enjoy working again.
See, there's the other side of the coin.
Yeah.
There's the other side of the coin there. Well, you two could have been there. Look out for the Export Ultra Beer Garden Tour promotion next year, because there's chances to win with us, with Hodaki, with Liquorland, Super Liquor, Big Barrel. You just gotta be a consumer of both us and Export Ultra, and you could be coming with us.
Yeah, well said. Right, let's wrap this shit up. I'm going to go and have a similar wank.
Oh, come on. You're at work. Grow up. It's disgusting.
You've been listening to the ACC's Agenda podcast, brought to you by Export Ultra. For more episodes, like and follow on iHeartradio or wherever you get your podcasts.